So please, can you read what you have there? I'm wondering why. Ella.
Somebody should read, please. I don't know. Okay, but let me read. Okay, right of use assets, lease property at cost 100,000.
Yeah.
Then I came back to accumulated amortization. That's all. For the additional information, the only thing here is plant and equipment is depreciated at 12.5% per annum on the reducing balance basis. Or amortization and depreciation of non-current assets is charged because of sales. That's all.
No single information about it.
No, nothing about number of years.
They didn't tell you when. They didn't tell you where the cost when the asset was acquired. So they will tell you at cost, and they didn't give you any date for the asset.
Nothing. No, they didn't.
So maybe because they are amending this question, maybe they've made a slight error there. They only told you the amortization is at the beginning of the year. Amortization and depreciation values are at the beginning of the year, and they gave you costs. Yes. They didn't tell you. In another scenario, they would have given you they would have told you when the cost was, when they acquired it. So with that, you'll be able to look at your accumulated amortization and calculate how many years the life is. So they didn't tell you anything about, they didn't tell you anything about the life of the asset.
No. Nothing, no, they didn't say anything like that.
Okay, so maybe it's an error in the review of the question. So it's 20 years. I have 20 years here, and I'm glad that it's me that has the 20 years. So that, or I would have wished it was you that even had the 20 years so that you would have seen the correct thing. So they will give you a way of seeing it, and this is not the last time. At a particular time, we'll have to derive what the economic useful life is, because they've given us some information, but they've not given us the complete one. But we'll just take it for granted as 20 years for this question. Is that fine?
But for instance, in the main exam, what if
it's not possible?
No
you can't make a mistake in the exam. If they do that kind of thing in the exam, then they will give everybody the correct answer. It's impossible for ACCA. Historically, it's impossible for them to make that kind of mistake in the exam. It's because they are amending these questions. That's why it's not ACCA that is amending the question, it's BPP. So there can be small errors, and there is number of small errors in the books, just very slight, a few. Please, if you're reading your book and you see an error, it's you that made the mistake, or it's not the book that made the error. But this one is an error. So please don't see something and you don't understand it. You say the book made error. It doesn't happen like that, though. But there are very few small errors in the exam. In the book. There's no error in the exam, no error whatsoever. So they would have given you the correct thing in the exam. Do you understand what I'm saying, madam?
Okay.
They will always give you the correct thing. Don't worry about it. If it's inside the exam. Okay, so our carrying value, if we had our depreciation for 20 years, our carrying value will now be equal to the book value at the beginning of the year minus the depreciation for that year. And so that's that. So we'll know that we're debiting, if you will. So we'll debit PPE with the carrying value. So the carrying value at the end of the year. And we'll charge our depreciation or amortization now. I still called it depreciation and nobody corrected me. So amortization for the year. Sales. So the cost of the year not really proper to do that. Really, your ratio in that made amortization. Amortization So we have PPE and we have okay, so more is depreciated at 12% on release. So I can't question. So
It's 12 and a half. It's 12 and a half. You said 12%. It's 12 and a half percent.
So we have our plant and equipment. For our plant and equipment now, we start with costs. Or if you want to call it first April, or you want it first April, okay. People are looking to be bored in exam. Well done. Okay, so I don't we're completely with that. Okay, so keep in mind, gingerly, where now? So inventory of the year.
Yeah, that's it.
Receivables.
Receivables. So receivables.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Payables. Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
5,500
Equity, right?
shares.
Equity.
Yes.
So that's what happened.
Yeah, workings. Note 3.
XTOL made a fully share capital for every 2 new shares at 60 cents. Issue had been fully recorded in the trial article. It is fully recorded, so we already have that value. So it means that we can be comfortable that our equities and share premium in this question are the which is equity. So I'm not something else. We have 56,000 and 35,000. Issue. We a suspense count. We do have a suspense count. So let's issue. Do you have another dividend? So
Listen.
So we can say, therefore,
to go to
ordinary shares. So So that's just go ahead first. Don't worry, second person will talk. Yeah, I can hear you.
I should continue?
Yes, please go ahead, ma'am.
Please do. Okay, please. Where we have existing shares, S is equal to 224,000 by 5/7. Yeah, from the question I could see that for every 5, maybe that's where we get the 5 from. Then the 7, was it that the 2 on 2 new shares at 6 tenths? Is it that we added the 2 with the 5 to get 7?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, because if you have existing 5 and new 2, what is the total of what's the totals of that number, that per share? So maybe I will change this number of rights to per share. I'm just looking for a good name to call it, but you get the idea. So for the per share now, you have 2 new for every 5. But yesterday we had
calculating the shares, the total. Now, this like the issue is for if I was the right issue.
If I calculated this would have been 25,000.